One in a lover, one in a deal. One she's a lawyer, one she's a doctor, one with a work with a living contractor. One of my keys, one of my wishing, one from north and two down south. Hi everyone. Go on and tag your friends. Today I'm trying to use my phone to see. I'm assuming the sound will be better. So difficult using the phone. Hi everybody, karibu, 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 karibu. Tell your friends, tell them you're on. I don't own the rights to the music. Today let's listen to some music. Welcome everybody, welcome. Welcome, tell your friends, tell them we are on. Today you can make requests if you want, so I'll find the music for you. Any dedication? Welcome, guys. Welcome. This is Success Your Way Movement platform. We are streaming on all our platforms, most of it at least. And you're going to listen to music and try and have some fun. Try and have some fun for a change. Just relax. It's December, Christmas season. Yeah, festive season. So, and I'm waiting for my guests. Sonia is joining us. I don't think she'll be talking much today, but she'll be here with us for moral support and everything. So yeah. So today we are doing something different. If you want to join in, you can join in and be one of our guests. And the link. Now the fact to see. The internet is so bad in this area. We reckon it's because of the military base that has. Okay, if you need the link, I'll send it right here. I'll send it to you if you need the link. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome. Tell your friends. Tell them we are on. Welcome, guys. Tell your friends. Tell them we are on. Cheers, guys. It's not fun. I'm being a good girl. Welcome everybody, welcome. Tell your friends, tell them you're on. I know it's Wednesday, a lot of guys go for prayers and stuff. Tell your friends, tell them you're on. Hi, thank you, Decide. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tell your friends, tell them you're on. I was gonna tag people, but it's disappeared. Thank you. And guess where are they? Oh. It's so hard using the phone. I'm used to using my computer. Thank you, Decide. Welcome. Thank you. I was trying to play my jingle, but I couldn't get it to load in time. Still loading. When you're gonna give it up to me, making you want it. When you're gonna give it up to me. Hi, welcome guys. Welcome guys. I'm waiting for my guests. I'm waiting for my guest, and today I'm trying to use my phone. It's a little bit awkward trying to see all those little things. Not so used to it. Welcome. Tell your friends, tell them we're on. I was trying my phone today because I'm assuming that the sound output might be better than the computer, because I normally use the computer. So yeah, tell your friends, tell them we're on. We'll listen to some music as we wait for everybody. Meanwhile, cheers. Not fine. I'm being a good girl. Cheers, everybody. So we've got a few days until the end of the year. We are the lucky ones who are still here. People have left us. People have left us. So better take this time to appreciate. Better take time this to appreciate everything. Let's see what are the things that we did this year. Just a little bit recap of the things we got up to, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I got a few on my own. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Karibuni nyote. Karibuni. Let's play some oldies. I hope you're born. My guests are gone. I'm waiting for my guests too. Any particular requests? Hi, saying, let me watch from here. The stream keeps stopping on my phone. Okay. I think there's an auto problem, and it's usually mostly from my end. We keep on thinking that because we've got a military base right here, like our neighbors, maybe they have like Kinyongad. Maybe they've done something to our internet. Because I don't know, I didn't get it why this is the only area that seems to have a problem, whether you're using the broadband or just your mobile network. Look, the song won't even play. So yeah, welcome. Hi, Karibu, welcome. Today we have guests from all over, so we'll try and reduce on the Swahili. We'll try and reduce on the Swahili as much as possible. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took time to stare out the window. So guys, where are my guests? Karibuni, welcome everybody. I can see you out of face. The music won't play. Ah, terrible, terrible. I think we've got Merlin. She's made it. Hi, Merlin. Welcome. Hi, my
Oh, how are
darling.
you?
I'm good, thanks. We've
I
got
had to,
network issues. I hope from your end it will be good.
I hope so too. Nimekimbia. I've just arrived
No
home.
Swahili today. We've got guests from all over. No Swahili allowed.
Oh, okay. That's well noted.
You try.
So
That's good. That's
I'll
good enough.
I'll keep to this one language. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Today I'm trying a lot of different things, so bear with me. Everybody, bear with me. Mel,
Mm-hmm.
rather.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I don't know. It's already coming to quarter past. If you want, we can get on with it. If you want, we can help wait for others to come on. What do you think?
It's okay. We can wait for others.
We can wait for others as my music decides not to play. Let me try on this other phone if it will be better. Or just the same thing. KJ, are you downloading anything? He's probably downloading some games on there. It makes it even worse. Hi Mel. You've been with us this year, supported us through the year. How's it been for you, my darling?
Yeah. So we thank God. Everything has been good. The year is now ended. We thank God for that. We started off with a lot of uncertainties, but we thank God things have gone on well.
Yeah,
With Corona initially we were not very sure how we will end this year, but everything so far so good, and we thank God about that.
we thank God about that. I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but I keep on being. That's the music. It decides when to play and when not to play. I don't know about you, but from my end, there's lots of invitations to join all these Harambe's, fundraisers for
Mhm.
funeral, one thing or the other. People are suffering. People are sick. It's just like
Mhm.
it's not even once a week. You'll be invited
Mhm.
in like 2 a week.
Yeah, I think that's the new normal. Before we do a harambes for this, but again, COVID has made everything convenient with the use of technology and some of these applications that are available. So they've been there, only that now we're doing it differently, because before we'd be called for harambes, but these days it's so easy and anybody can just pull you to anything whatsoever. Some of these
Yeah,
people you're not even related to, you don't even know, or probably the rate of relationship is not very close, but because they have your number, they can just
yeah,
easily fix you in any meetings. But we thank God, because some of these applications also have some controls that you cannot just be pulled in anyhowly. Sometimes you might decide to agree to join those groups or not. Yeah, but yeah,
yeah,
it's been a terrible year if you look at it in the flip side, but also a good year. It depends on how you want to look at it, whether half a glass empty or half a
absolutely.
glass full. Yeah.
Yeah.
By virtue that we are here and we still have our incomes. I don't want to mention employment, because some people may not be employed. So we still have our incomes and we manage our basic needs. It's something to be grateful about as we wind up this year.
Yeah, there are a lot
Mm.
of great things. Yeah. Hi guys. I've said hello to you this side. I've said Kinara, welcome. We got James, welcome. Justus, welcome everybody. Today we just want to check on how our year has been, talk about it, try and have a laugh a little bit and cry where possible, where need be. We've seen a year and a half. Not everybody has had the same year. It's not the same for everyone, but I'm glad that we started this group, at the time that people needed it, at the time people needed to be reminded, you know what? There's some things that we can still be grateful for. There's some things we can still do to improve ourselves. There is still hope, even
Mm.
if it's just minimal, but there is still hope. And that's the most important thing. So yeah, I was expecting more guests. I don't know that they're struggling to come. I'll keep on checking whether they're there. Other guys, tell us about your year. How's your year been? What have you been up to? Can you, in overall, can you say it was a good year? How do you think? What was it for you? Mine, dramatic. It's just one of those dramatic years, but it has a lot of good things. So I'm going to start sharing some of my beats as I wait for our guests. Our music won't play. Where's your wine? Am I your dear Camille?
Maybe I can ask someone to bring me a glass of juice.
Uh,
With a pretty glass,
I
eh?
actually promised people that I'll buy somebody wine today. I'm in for it. Anybody who shared and tagged their friends, they're in for a treat. For me,
Mm,
I'm not drinking fast because there's no money for drink. It's
mm.
expensive. There's no money. There's no money. So we squash it. And then when you use a wine glass, the brain thinks that it's been treated. You just got to treat the brain sometimes. And those are some of the
Yeah.
things we've been learning this year.
Mm.
So, okay, Nicole, your connection is from a third world country. I know it's so embarrassing. Nicole, you're looking the money in it. What that? Looking the money. Oh, I think, I'm a little bit old school for this new language. I'm looking the money. Okay, thank you. I'm too old for this new youth language. So, Mel,
Mm.
you've been with me since the beginning of the year when we started the platform. You've been our guest a lot, a lot. Every time I call upon you, you are always there, and I really appreciate that. And you've seen how my journey has been at the beginning of the year when I was like, okay, let's inspire people, let's motivate people, let's be there for people. Then personal things came in the way. Those who are not aware, my mom struggled this year. It wasn't the best year for her.
Very true.
She
Yeah.
got lost twice, and that was it was so crazy. The first one was crazy enough, but the
Mm.
second time it happened, I was so shattered.
Mm.
I felt like I was about to go to a dark place. First, because it's the second time. Second, it's because she had been gone for a long time, and you psychologically prepared yourself for the worst news possible so that people don't, you've prepared yourself like, in case she's not meant to come back, okay, what am I going to do? What's the plan? What's the next step from here? And for me at that time, I didn't have my vaccine yet, and I wasn't really decided whether I wanted to have one yet. This is just a personal choice. I'm not a person who likes going and having things done to me. Why? Because historically speaking, I've had like bad luck with medicine, with modern medicine. The last time I tried it, I lost my hearing, when I was sick over 10 years ago. And that's when I think it just scared me, and I just try not to do anything unnecessary with my body. So before I go for my medication and stuff, I have to really, really decide and research and, be in that state of mind. Again, for those who don't know me, I lost my hearing over 10 years ago out of medication. I reacted to all those things that were done to me. And so I'm hard of hearing, I wear hearing aids, and that's how I survived. It's been a long journey of accepting the new me, but
Mm.
we are here. I'm a confident person. I'm
Mm.
happy. And so we have this
Mm.
platform that started this year,
Mhm.
having my mom disappearing. I've
Mhm.
not had my vaccine. So if something has happened to her, I can't even fly. I can't go anywhere. We are on and off the lockdown. It was so crazy. I was so, I don't know. Shattered isn't even the word to describe where I was headed. But I just told myself, this is part of life. This is part of your journey. If it's meant to be, it will be. So that was the worst part of my year.
Yeah. Pole sana. You had a rough ride, I would say. Uh, But at the
Oh
end
my
of the
God.
day, yeah, everything has worked out okay. We found her, thankfully. I believe she's doing well, and we pray that that does not happen again. You know, it's a very
Mm.
scary thing, and especially when it's your mother, yeah, and
And you're
you reach a.
miles away.
Yes, that's even more frustrating because you wish you'd be here to, to go around looking for her, but then you have to rely on people who you're not very sure if they're doing their best or not. But I saw so many people, and it's a good thing to have friends. I saw so many people really champion themselves to, they took this as their own duty to be able just to find our mother, and luckily we got
It
her.
was
Yeah.
amazing.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Sometimes people say, I can do without friends and all that nonsense, but really you cannot do without them. In this world, you cannot live as a silo.
No,
Yeah. I
we were
mean,
never
you need,
meant to be. We are
yes,
not mountains. We
yes,
are human beings.
we need each other.
We need each other.
We need each
Uh,
other.
People came together, and I want to take this time and say
Mm,
asante again. Thank you, thank you. People
mm,
came, shared and helped. Some people used their own money. Some people started
mm,
contributing so that we found
mm.
mom. It was becoming expensive now,
Yeah.
and people came together and helped. That was so amazing. So like you said, it
Mm,
depends on how you look at things. It really
mm,
depends on how you look at things. That one to me just showed that, what, humanity, we can let each other down sometimes, but when we
mm,
bring each other up, it's the
mm-hmm.
most beautiful thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we've seen it happening even during this COVID time. There are so many people who are affected financially, health-wise. I personally was actually affected. At some point, I got the virus. But you see,
You
the,
did? Yeah, yeah.
yes, yes, yeah. So the support that you find around people are
Mm,
concerned, just trying to also get you some herbs. In Kenya, we would do a lot of mwarubaini, yeah. So people try
yeah.
also trying to get you some herbs. So there've been a lot of some family spirit going around.
Mm,
Yeah, and I want to pray that becomes the new normal, because then you see a lot of people are uniting, doing stuff together, doing projects together, and
yeah.
because now we have a different dynamic totally, because
Mm,
before it was people going to the office doing the traditional things, but now you
mm,
see people coming with new ideas, new innovative ideas, creativities coming into play of how can we put ourselves afloat,
mm,
despite the fact that most of our jobs are lost. Most of
mm.
So we're coming out from the traditional or the norm of doing ways, and just to seeing how different we can be able to survive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, so for me, sometimes you may think it's a curse. I mean, it's something bad, but if you look at it positively, it could be a blessing in disguise, because
yeah,
the fact that maybe you used to just going to work each and every other day, but now you have to figure out, because you cannot sleep hungry. I remember,
yeah.
oh, was it this year? Yes, this year. No, no, last year. But anyway, I
Mm,
remember when it was the epitome of COVID. I
yeah.
equally we had family challenges. My sister was giving birth, and COVID had just started, and she went through this phase of her life. It was a life and death situation.
Mm,
That's when you know if it was horrible. Let me just say that. Yeah, at that particular time, everybody's even scared of roaming around, because it was a new virus which nobody had
mm,
heard about it. But again, I might just want to say thank you to friends and family who just came for us, through for us.
mm.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
can imagine sometimes the curfews at 7, and people would come even at 9, taking that chance just to be able to
yeah,
save a life. This year has not been easy in the beginning, and especially in terms of business. Uh, but as the months have progressed, things are starting to become better, and I believe it will even be better in the next year or many months to come. Yeah. So for me, it's just for us to stay positive. that this situation has taught us something. So the most important thing is to learn the lesson that we've learned, that we cannot do things. We must have a change of mindset. Yeah,
Yeah.
that anything could happen any day, anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah, yeah. So how prepared are we? Yeah, how
Yeah.
what are the plans we have? What are
Yeah.
our backup plans? So it really has taught us a lot of lessons, and the best thing is just to learn from the lessons that that we've been able to gather throughout the year.
Yeah. I totally agree with you, my darling. There's some things there's some blessings that don't come and like tell you I'm a blessing. They come
Hmm.
in really mysterious ways.
Yeah.
And we've seen as humanity, it's our time to grow now and time to adjust.
Hmm.
Any big universal event comes with, it doesn't come easy. The
Yeah.
changes are really painful.
Hmm.
And that's why sometimes we do struggle as people. We do
Mm.
struggle during the transition, during the change. But as humanity, if we accept that change is inevitable, we
Mm.
accept change and adjust with the change, we come
Hmm.
out and become amazing, amazing people.
Yeah.
Somebody's asking you, Mel, are you available? I'm not so sure what they meant. Hi, what do I call you? Introduce yourself. Mel, you didn't introduce yourself either. There's some people who don't know who you are. They're
Oh.
just hearing Mel, Mel, Mel.
Uh, okay.
Mel, go first, introduce yourself. Then the gentleman there needs to introduce himself.
Am I
Okay.
a
So
gentleman?
The gentleman.
so yeah. So my name is Melin Obach. Um, I'm a woman in tech. I work with a telco, a telecommunication company in Kenya. I love doing what I do. I'm in commercials and marketing. So what we do is sell technology solutions to our customers, such like the cloud solutions, internet connectivity, infrastructure as service, software as service, and many more. So that's what I do as a career. Somebody was asking, I'm a mother. I'm a mother of one, and unfortunately, I can't stay away from her.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
She's super cute. That's my baby.
Yes. Yeah, so that's all about me.
No, you've not finished. Did you answer the question?
I was
Is
trying
Mel
to stay away from
available?
the question.
I don't know what that question means. I don't know what that means, but is Mel available?
Yeah, they need to elaborate.
Nice. Mel is our lady in science, lady in technology. We are proud of
Yeah,
her. She always comes to this platform to inspire us. I love Mel. I love everything about Mel.
thank you.
So the
I love you
gentleman
too,
that
babe.
anybody wants to know about Mel's availability, please. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna interfere with
Mm.
that. Gentleman, tell us about yourself, who you are, and stuff.
Okay. First and foremost, I just wanna say thanks for having me here. Karibu or Asante, I don't know,
Karibu,
but
karibu,
it's
karibu.
Karibu.
Yeah, you're supposed to say
Yeah.
asante, I think.
Okay, Asante. Yeah, Asante. Um, my name is Daud Chimonyo. I'm from Zimbabwe, born and raised there, but I'm based now in the UK. Uh, I'm more of a motivational speaker. I like speaking, counseling people, that kind of stuff. So I do have a platform called DDC, School of Thoughts, where we discuss real life matters, things that affect us as human beings, as people in our day-to-day lives. So basically, that's a pretty me.
Yeah. Uh, we'll come back to you later and talk about your event that's upcoming so that everybody comes and joins. It will be suitable for you, Mel, and a lot other people. So we'll come back and talk about that and probably also share the banner, the post and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, somebody here is saying that is Kinara. I hope I'm pronouncing your name well. I can't read it from that, so I'll read it from here. Old age. The year has not been so good, but being an activist, I still keep up the game. What I learned is many are going through the worst times of their lives. Absolutely. To make a little difference, I greet with a smile anyone I come across. It's not much, but a simple smile can make a big difference. I don't know. Absolutely. I'll start with the DC because we already started the conversation and stuff. So, what would you say about this comment? Where our activist is saying that they're dealing with it, trying to make a difference by greeting everybody with a smile. What would you add about that?
Well, I would say she's doing a great job because at the end of the day, by saying hi to someone or by asking someone their well-being, it makes a difference because most people or some of us we suffer from stress, depression, no one to talk to actually,
Mm,
especially if you're in a foreign land. It's not easy to make friends. So if you find somebody say to you, "Ah, good morning, how are you? How are you feeling?" That
absolutely.
shows they are coming from a good place, which they just want you to open. Just say, "Oh, I'm all right," or "I'm not all right," because it's much better at times. Me, I find it easy speaking to strangers who don't know me because they don't judge me.
Mm,
Whereas with my own people, if I come to my own people and say to them, "Oh, you know what? Can you borrow me £10?"
mm,
They look at me and say, "Oh, come on, £10 on you." But in all honest, during that time, I'll be in need of that money. But because
it's-
perceive, okay, but because they will perceive me like somebody who must have everything. But if you speak
mm,
to somebody who doesn't know you, they will
mm,
take your weight, they will listen, and they are less more
mm.
likely to judge you. So I would
Yeah.
say it's healthy to greet people randomly. This is the way how I was brought up in my community, where you see with the elders, you were entitled to greet them no matter what. You wouldn't pass an elderly person who's older than you without saying, "Hi, how are you?" You know, that kind of stuff. So for me, she's doing a great job. We need to do that. We need to keep on practicing, asking each other about our well being, our safety, and everything. Life is too short.
Mel, what's your contribution on that?
So I'm born and bred in Mombasa, and if there's one thing, we thrive in greetings. Yeah, we can even spend 15 minutes just trying to find out if you're doing well or not. Like, we may not help you out, but we just thrive in taking time into knowing how your morning is and your whole household. But again, yeah, life is all about positivity. You just have to, it's very good to wake up in high spirits, even though you're not doing very well, so that the energy that you have transmit to other people and just brings happiness. It doesn't really help if you are sad and, trying to look at life in a negative way all the time. But always remember the energy that you bring in the room lightens the room or dims the room. Yeah, and you better lighten the room at any time.
Thank you. You know, myself, and there's something about energy that we underestimate.
Mm,
Whatever you give, what comes back to you. You know,
yeah,
yeah. Whatever you give, if you smile at people and greet people, it means that you're vibrating high. You're vibrating high, and you can only
yeah,
attract nice thing at that vibration.
yeah.
And nobody likes a person who is not approachable. Nobody likes going to a, if you enter a route, if you lost someone, you're bound
Hmm.
to ask a person who is like more relaxed and welcoming on
Mm,
on about whatever you need. But if somebody looks like that and inviting and closed up, you're not going to approach them. And good things come from any conversation, depending on how you perceive life. You can greet a stranger like that, and it leads to something even special. You can ask somebody direction like that, and it leads to a very nice conversation. So I do like what this person is doing. I really appreciate you. And then we have another comment. I'll read a few comments, and then we come back to a recap of our year. So, was that happy to be here. It's been a difficult year for me. How I have survived remains a mystery. The stuff we hardly talk about, mental health issues, I'm glad that I overcame. God continues to show up for me. My heart is full of gratitude. My heart goes to you. That's Zareen. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right as well. My heart goes out to you. Mental health. One of the other things that we do here is talk about mental health a lot because we want people to open up about these issues. We struggle, but we don't accept that we're struggling. And then the other thing that we're realizing about mental health, just because you went through that something and then you overcame, doesn't mean that you get what we call rebound. You're born to rebound a lot. If something happens, you're born to go back into that situation. So with mental health, we have to realize it's a journey. That's one thing I want to encourage all of us. It's a journey. It happened once, it can happen again. Just keep on looking after yourself each and every day, doing things like this, surrounding yourself with positive people, greeting people, being nice to people, being there for other people, looking after yourself in all different ways. Don't just go like, oh, I went through whatever, maybe depression, for instance. Oh, I overcame that and now I'm good. It's a choice every single day of your life to keep well and look after yourself. I'll let our panel talk about that a little bit. Then we go on with a recap of the year. So, back to you, DDC. What do you tell Zaren about that? She says, happy to be here. It's been a difficult year for me. How have survived remains a mystery. The stuff we hardly talk about, mental health issue, I'm glad that I overcame. God continues to show up for me. My heart is full of gratitude. Zareen, I'll come back to you. And if you don't mind talking a little bit more about it or telling us how the things you did to overcome, it might help somebody. So, DDC, back to you. What do you want me to call you? Dow, DDC, Elder?
I'm okay with anything. It's all right.
I'll call you Elder.
Whichever is easy for you to say. This is all right. It's okay. It's okay.
I'll call you everything.
Yeah. So do you want me to comment on the
Yeah,
on
if you could, yeah.
yeah, right. To be honest, I think at this juncture where we are now, at this moment, as we are speaking now, we need to be very grateful to be
Mm.
alive because 2020, when the pandemic started, I think it was a wake up call to everyone. Right, we all experienced death globally. It doesn't matter where you were, what you were doing. At one point, you will know somebody who died because of COVID, and it didn't discriminate. That's one thing COVID is. So for her to be so grateful and to say she doesn't understand how she survived, I will understand exactly where she's coming from. Same as me, same as you, same as everyone else. It was by grace and it's still by grace for us to be speaking as we are doing because I have lost a number of people, workmates, people that I've known on social media, people whom I grew up with, my own siblings, So I will say the majority of us, we are traumatized. We are still hurting. And mental health is real. No matter how much we are trying to say, you know what, I'm coping. But at one point, you come to a point where you break down on your own and just say, okay, I need to pull up myself. But I encourage people to say, if you feel that you're at a breaking point, you need to look out for professionals to help you, or you need to make a call someone, vent it out, talk to someone. That way, that therapy of talking to someone who listens you and for you to vent out, it helps a lot than to bottle in yourself by yourself. So mental health is real. We need to keep on checking on each other. A text, a phone call, it's very important these days because People are waking up dead. I will speak with you now, then in the morning, but oh, you know what? This is no more. They said, oh, but yesterday we were talking. So we need constantly to keep on checking on each other. So I will say, yes, it's by grace for me to be sitting here and talking to you, and for you to be talking to me and everyone else. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And then the problem with social media now, people kind of think that everybody's having a good life. So when I post a picture of me looking like this now, or you see me live looking like this now, you don't realize that in the day I'm just like chaotic. In the day I'm worrying, I have the same worries like everybody else. I'm worried about whatever rent, I'm worried about the sick people, I'm worried about the contributions I need to help people, that I've, the pledges I've made, the whatever I've done. I'm worried about my son. Is he eating well? Is he doing well in school? Are they falling back? I'm worried like everybody else. But on social media, when I come there, I'm not going to give you that side of the story. I'm going to give you the side of the story that looks nice, as if you're looking, when you're cut into half, the dark side is high. You see that, you just think this other side, the beautiful side, that everything is good. I've got it all together. I've got it all worked out. I don't. Most of the time, it's just guesswork. Most of the time, you just like, uh, where am I going? The only thing that makes the difference is the people you surround yourself with, the things you watch, the things you read, the learning, the process of learning, everyday learning. It doesn't stop. That's why I was talking about, realizing that this is a journey. A lot of us want one-time solution. Oh, I took painkillers, Panadol for my headache. End of story. No, this is not like that. This is something that you have to ensure that it doesn't recur. You have to keep on doing. Just because you socialize today, it doesn't mean that you don't need to socialize again, and that all of your mental problems are solved. That is it. And I want to encourage somebody today, when you're going through these hard times, most of us are, avoid social media, consume very minimal of it. I come out of social media for a person who seem to be always on social media. I come and I have some hours of the day that I don't go online. I don't go online. If it's my bedtime, my phone locks itself so that I don't use it. Yeah, you have to have these practices, because every time you go online, you're changing your mind, your brain set. You go online and see, okay, there's a death, there's a celebration, somebody has graduated, or there's a wedding, there's what. You look at your life and you start comparing that subconsciously, and it's human, it's okay. Sometimes it's just becomes unhealthy practice eventually with the constant consumption. So we need to take some time out and come out of that and reset. Yeah, Mel, I would like to hear what you're saying about this, my darling.
Yeah, so I agree with my brother here totally. That we really need to reach out to each other. Mental health is something that has been there. It's only that maybe we've not taken it very seriously, but we see it on the news each and every other time, and especially in the country that I'm in right now, in Kenya. I think almost every week there's somebody who has killed someone, a spouse, a girlfriend, his family, just decided to slaughter them because of the stress level they have. This is a real disease, and sometimes I have a habit in my very busy environment just to take an hour and check on a few people here and there, just to find out how are you, because at one point you were very close friends. Just because maybe life dynamics have changed does not mean the friendship is not there. Yeah. So it is very important that we check on each other quite frequently, whenever we can, and create some time also to be there. Also, we have to pay attention to people's behaviors. If you know somebody for sure who has been behaving this way, and you realize for some reason or another, you could tell he's disturbed somewhere, reach out to those kind of people and talk to them, because sometimes we tend to think that maybe they're attention seekers, they just want attention. Somebody will say we are all stressed out. COVID is here for all of us, but there are different ways people deal with stress level. There are those who are strong enough to say, yes, it is here, I will fight it, and I'll become a victor at the end of the day. There are those people who are not as strong as you are. There are those people who are weak and will just throw down the towels and say, no, I can't, and this life is just horrible, and I'm going to end it. And then those who are also trying to live with the same circumstances, but of course having some difficulties here and there. So we really need to be there for each other. It could not necessarily be financially or just sitting down and talking, but also just trying to find what kind of projects can we do to engage ourselves. Because they say an idle mind is the workshop of the devil, right? That's where you get ideas of giving up and all that. Yeah. But the most important thing, if you this person in the society that has God has blessed you with that strength to say, we're going to fight it, and I'm not going to do it alone. I'm going to do it with my friends who are in this environment. Why don't we get something to do? Or even in a weekend, when you have some free time, get some projects to do. But going back to the question, is that mental health, it's a disease that needs to be cured as well. If you identify somebody having this issue, let them get professional help. Let's not assume. Let's not say after he's died or he's done something that we could all regret, that I wish I did this and this. We are all capable of doing something to our neighbors, to our friends, and to our families. And so let's be there for each and every one of us. Yeah.
I love that you're saying that. It's really true. We underestimate my mental health. It's different for everybody. And we used to have this habit, I hope it stopped, where if somebody had a problem and they'll be like, oh, I went through this and that. And people will be like, oh, yours is even small. Mine was worse. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
different for everybody. How you can cope
Mm-hmm.
with things, how you can deal with things isn't the way I'll deal with things and cope with things. So we have to be compassionate and understand that. So if somebody needs help, let them seek help. It's really important. It's really important. We're talking about recapping about this year, the things we struggled with. I've already shared what happened with my mom. That was awful. But yeah, I managed that. Then come June, I also had COVID. That's when I believed that, oh, okay, this SHIT is real, isn't it? Oh, I got it immediately after my birthday. So it could have been the birthday party or whatever it was. I don't know. But anyway, I caught it. You come to the realization of, okay, this thing is real, yeah, and it's happened to me. Yeah. And you think about a lot of things in your life. You're stuck for 10 days, 14 days at home, isolating. I've got only my son, just the two of us. I've still got to be a mom. Mm. I still got to be a mom. Who's gonna look after him? Yeah. So as you sit down with yourself and tell yourself, okay, how do I want to take this? Do I want to take it lying down, or do I want to take it fighting? And for me, that was, I knew I had no option. At least sometimes it's good not to have options. I knew I had no option. I knew I had to fight it. So luckily for me, I did all the things we're talking about, the herbs and stuff, only that I don't have maribaine. I did my herbs and looked after myself. I still managed to cook and looked after my son, even from the bed. And I was weak most of the time, but I still managed during those days because I knew I had no choice of going down. And I knew if I'm going to leave this world now, okay, I don't have control over that, but if I'm going to leave this world now, what the heck will happen to this boy? What the heck will happen to him? So it was a fight. I don't have control. You leave it to the higher realm and stuff and higher power. But you knew if he's taking me down, I'll have fought my fight. I'll have done my best. So I did look after myself and manage that. So that was one of my high experiences for this year. COVID, my mom, losing my best friend, not losing them they didn't die. My other best friend died last year, December. But for this year, just stopping to speak to a very, very close person. And that was really weird because as a life coach, I teach people how to accept relationships, how relationships develop. It's part of growing, it's part of life, it happens. But when it happens close to home, you're like, okay, how do I deal with this? What do I do? My support system, my everything is, you're not together anymore. What do you do? So that was a hard one for me. That was one of those low moments for me for this year. What were your low moments, did you say, for this year?
Oh, you know, it's quite a tricky situation in the sense that I always try to channel my energy to positive vibes. Because if I want to talk of the laws, they'll put me into depression. But like what you've said, I said this before, 2020 hit everyone hard. All right. Losing siblings, relatives, friends, and so forth. I've experienced that. So I can't say I'm strong enough or I've overcome the trauma and everything, but I'm just trying to be strong for my family members and those people around me who know me is who I am. But deep down, at times, like I said, at times I break down. So those are the laws. But I always try to focus and put my energy and strength on the positive side. So what I just want to say is I want to try and encourage whoever is watching that you have to know your worthy as a person, and no one is gonna put a value on you unless you do it yourself. I want to give you a clear example what might fit with everyone. Let's talk of a bottle of Coke or a Fanta or a can of a soft drink, right? If you go to a supermarket, say you buy a can of Coke, say 5 shillings. You use shillings, right? Or say, yeah, it's just a figure that I'm saying. Say 5 shillings, right, from a supermarket. That same Coke, if you go to a tuck shop, these small shops by the roadside, when big supermarkets are closed, you buy that one maybe for 7 shillings. It will go up with 2 shillings because it's a convenient shop, because you cannot go to the supermarket. So look at the way how the Coke is appreciating, right? If you go to a nightclub or a bar, that same Coke, you buy it maybe for 9 shillings, all right? If you go to a restaurant, it may be 11 shillings. If you go to a hotel, maybe you're gonna buy it for 15. But the same thing, but where it's placed now, you see. So your value, you have to place yourself where you say, well, this is who I'm supposed to be. If you want to stay in a supermarket, it's an example. Yes, it'll be 5 shillings. But if you upgrade yourself, say, you know what, I want to end up there being 15 pounds, 15 shillings in a hotel. So this is what you have to do as an individual. Know you're worthy, no matter how hard life is. If I tell you my struggles as a Zimbabwean young man who is now an old man, you won't even believe me where I started.
I like your answer. I like your answer. But the whole point was just recapping all those struggles, because you know why? I don't want to dwell on the negative anyway, and I'm the type that doesn't like dwelling on the negative. I try not to. I consciously try not to. But it's just trying to tell people that we all struggle.
Yes,
We all struggle.
yes.
We are all
This is what I want
struggling.
to tell you.
Yeah. Some
Yeah, this
people
is what I
did
want
have
to
a
tell you.
wonderful year. Yeah. In
Mm-hmm,
the midst of this, believe it or not, some people have had a wonderful year in the midst of all this. Yeah.
mm-hmm,
In the midst of all this, some people have become billionaires. Some people have become millionaires. In the
mm-hmm,
middle of trauma, in the middle of war, it happened with World War One, it happened with World War Two, it happens with every war, it happens with every sort of world global situation. So it's just trying to bring all these different background, different stories. You don't have to have had a bad day or anything, but just to bring all these different stories to show that yeah, we are all different. Things happen, but it's a matter of choice. Just like, yes, last year I had a wonderful year. Last year was super. In the midst of all the craze, I had a nice year. Even though people were locked down, people were at home, I did amazing things last year. And even this year, I've done a lot of amazing things still, yes. Yeah, including going back to college and stuff. I did still I still had a good year. So it's just it's not bringing dwelling on the negative. I love that about the value. It's true. The value you decide for yourself is the value people will see. in as much as we are all the same, in as much as they say that we've been created all beautiful and wonderfully made, there's some people who don't believe they're beautiful
I'm
and
coming
wonderfully
one
made.
minute. Keep going.
Yeah. I thought you were answering me now, but you're coming back. That's all. Melin, continue with that. I like what is brought up about the values and stuff.
Yeah, I liked it too. Yeah, you need to know who you are and appreciate yourself for the person that you are. And, when you feel you're valuable, then you cannot let any other person, you know, um, bring you down, because you're confident, what it takes to be who you are. You have these principles, you're a determined person, you have the confidence. So the value bit is very important. Everybody should always feel valuable. You have to feel valuable first, then other people will also see that value in you. The other thing I also wanted to mention is about the struggles. When people talk about struggles, first of all, people actually think about financial struggles. But let me tell you, everybody has different struggles. We have millionaires who have a lot of money, but they struggle just to get a relationship, or even just to have a genuine friend they can have a genuine conversation with. You know, uh, there's somebody who is very poor but is very happy in their environment. So while I'm looking at them like they're struggling, they're not really. It's just a perception that I have in my mind, that by the fact that they're in Africa, they don't have good food as probably somebody else has, then they're struggling. It's not the case. Those people are happy in their environment. It's only that if you bring them out of there, then they'll kind of realize we need to work harder to get a better life than what we have. So struggles are in different ways, yeah. But what I can talk about 2020, for me, it has been a good year. It has been a year of growth, considering 2020, what it was, and the lockdowns, the curfew, and the lack of business. But while we were entering 2021, things started opening up. And you see, in 2020, taught us a lot of lesson, even to work in this environment. How do we make money out of this environment? So 2021 has been a good year for me, I would say, honestly. And I want to believe 2022 will even be a greater year. It's all about looking at life in a positive perspective. That is the only way you can grow, and the only way you can keep yourself out of some of these things that people feel like it's a struggle. Yeah, it's trying to get opportunities in this environment. They are there, many of them. That is why I'm confident that 2022 is going to be even a better year than
A better year.
2021. Yes.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree with you. Somebody's asked us, did they say I've
Mm.
left you for now? How do you deal with those who judge you and they're your best friends, colleagues, sisters, and brothers? Should you walk away, or how can you live your life with such character? Who wants to take that one on?
Well, you see, the good thing about being judged, me personally, I like people who judge me because it adds value on me, in the sense that they know they can't be me. So they are always trying to distract, or trying to say bad things. So that one doesn't move me at all. It makes me strong, because
Mm.
the moment they judge me, the moment I know they are trying to be me, but they are failing to be me. So they don't
Mm.
speak good of me. But those who
Mm.
know me will tell
Mm.
you how good I am. So, my dear, don't get even moved away by those people. Don't even think of whatever they're saying.
Mm.
Just be yourself, be confident enough, have your self esteem, and turn a blind eye, and forget. You know what? Do more, so much that they've got more to talk about you.
Mm.
This is me. The more you talk about me, the more I do more.
Preach, brother, preach.
Yeah.
Because,
So
yeah,
just to add on that is that, if you look at a mango tree and you're trying to get a mango from a mango tree, which one would you hit the most? The one
Oh,
that is
I
ripe.
like that. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
You
it's
go
the
for
ripe
the right
mango that.
ones, babes.
Yes, it's the ripe mango that people always try to hit. If people judge, it means there's something good that you something good that you're doing. But again, also, I don't know if we meant judgment in what ways, because I would also want to look at it as criticism. Sometimes also try and sit down and analyze what is this judgment, because it could be somebody trying to point a direction that would be also be thought it would be wise for you to look at. It could be a positive judgment and a negative judgment. Yeah, a good judgment would be okay. I don't know which perspective she wanted us to discuss it on, but if it's people always just judging you wrongly, saying bad stuff about you, then you just have to ignore them and stay focused to things that you really want to deal with. Because the moment you start giving your ear to them, the moment you also start losing direction.
You know what? When you start transforming your life, when you make this choice to transform your life, you have to accept that some people who might not adjust with you, you know,
Mm,
the people who
mm,
won't be in that journey with you, and
mm,
they might judge you or you might feel judged. It's just you who is conscious about it. Sometimes some things are just in our head too. You're just telling yourself those things. But if they've done it and you've actually seen it, then that's a different case. I like the way Mel, you've said it in Swahili before. You've helped us with that saying in Swahili before. Maybe you should say it in Swahili. Embe, to, embe, what? Um,
embedodo.
I know that one is doing the
Oh,
Inapurwa.
embe ambayo imeiva ndo inapurwa zaidi.
Yeah. You see,
Yeah.
for those Swahili speaking people, there's no way that anybody will be attracted to that mango that's unripe. Nobody's looking at it. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
wants that ripe one. Everybody wants some. And then the other thing about transforming your life, when you make choices to just be happy and do things about you, you're bound to attract attention. It will be both
Mm-hmm.
negative and positive. We see how
Mm-hmm.
celebrities deal with that. You see
Yeah,
how celebrities
yeah.
go like, in fact,
Mm-hmm.
they enjoy the mad. They're like a
Mm,
pig in mud. They enjoy it. The more you hate
mm,
on them, the more you're giving them. You have time to give them attention,
mm.
and that's all they want. So you
And
have that
then
time. You're busy
and then
looking, judging them. Yeah, you're
mm,
busy judging them and looking at what they posted, how they are dressed and stuff. But then they're busy
yeah.
in the background. They're doing
Mm-hmm.
things with their lives.
Yeah. So in the flip side, you should also be very careful who you share your success stories with, or your success journey. Yeah. That is where people start to judge you, and that is where you also start losing direction. You know. I would only want to discuss my success journey if I'm doing a project with somebody who I know will help me achieve my target. Yeah,
Mm,
not with the sideshows people, who are just there to discourage you and all that. Yeah, so sometimes even the things that we discuss with people, why would they judge? Is because they know something about you. But what is this thing that they know about you? Is it something that will distract you from achieving your goal, or is it something that you know um will just be there? So yeah,
mm,
sometimes even us as ourselves, what do you contribute to these judgments?
mm,
That's what I'm saying. Some of these things could also help shape you up, because if
mm,
people keep on saying, she's showing off and all that,
mm,
there's a reason why we're doing that. Maybe to show off the success that you have, which is,
mm,
if it's okay with you, you can carry on, like you said, the celebrities. But some people also are not very open to share some of these things, because again, like I said, you get distraction along the way without reaching your target. I don't know what DDC would have to say about that.
What I
mm.
just want to say is, I just want you to repeat in Swahili about the mango. Then I would tell you in my own language as well.
Embe
Eh?
dodo ambalo limeiva ndo linapurwa mawe zaidi.
Okay, in my language we say mango yakaiva ndiye inotemwa newakawanda.
Eh.
Eh.
On a lighter note, Nicole,
Mm.
Zimbabwe sounds like Giriamas
It does.
yeah.
You know what? I've
I,
been
I've had
to.
yeah, I've heard the word Zaiva, and we also say Imeiva.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
usually go to
that is.
DDC show, his
Uh-huh.
platform, and I watch it. And half of the time they speak in Shona. Half of the
Uh-huh.
time they're speaking in Shona, but I still
Uh-huh.
manage to follow.
Uh-huh.
I always manage to follow. And people are like, do you speak Shona? No, I don't. They say things like Murume.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Kaka. Yeah, you say Yangu or something.
Young,
Yangu.
it means mine. Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah,
We
Young.
also say that.
yeah,
Yangu
yeah,
in
that's
Swahili. You know,
Swahili.
we share a lot of words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world has become small. Africa, we thought we were big, but we're just a small place, small continent.
One of their
Yeah.
mothers must have been brought from Kenya, or
What's
the
that?
other way around. Someone came from Kenya, someone came from Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's an intermarriage somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Possibly. Oh, goodness me. So, we have another question somewhere here. Somebody was replying that for me, I'll choose to live my life. If what I'm doing makes me happy, then I don't care what other people think, because whatever you do, people will always talk. Yeah, absolutely,
Mhm.
100%. People will always talk either way, whether you're doing something good or not. At the end of the day, they're the
Mhm.
ones who have time. Melly talked about an idle mind. They
Mhm.
leave them to their devices. You keep making those choices on improving yourself, doing your own things. Our platform is called Success Your Way Movement, because we want us to define things our own way, live our lives our own way, and be happy right now. I keep on reminding you guys the reason why we had the platform in the first place, because we keep on chasing after things. Melanie, you
Mhm.
did mention about you look at somebody, you think they're struggling, but that person is happy. It's your perception that tells you that person is struggling because they're poor. They're
Yeah.
happy, they're
Mhm.
probably happier than you. They don't have those
Mhm.
loans to
Mhm.
repay. You look rich, but you have all those loans you're repaying. They don't have those
Mhm.
worries.
Mhm.
They're happy with their skuma wiki because they know it's healthy
Mhm.
for them.
Yeah.
You're busy, you want to afford that pizza and you want to afford that sushi, but they're
Mhm.
happy. They're really
Mhm.
happy. So it's all about perception and everything. And one thing we repeat about on this platform is knowing why you do things. Know your why.
Mhm.
Always come back to your why. Why do you make those
Mhm.
choices? Why are you doing what you're doing? Are you on there? For instance, the showing up that came up, are you on there and people think that you're showing up, showing off? You have to know the answer yourself. Why are you doing it? Why do you seem like you're showing off? So long as you're happy with your answer, you're coming from a good place. You maybe all you wanted to do was inspire. Maybe all you want to do is remind yourself from where you've come, where your journey
Yeah.
started, and now you can afford this. Now you can do this. That's up to you, really.
Mhm.
You can't make decisions for other people. How they perceive you, whatever they think
Mhm.
about you is on them. You have to
Mhm.
know the difference between your personality and your character. You have to know
Mhm.
that there's some things you can't control. It's
Mhm.
got nothing to do with you. We've
Mhm.
got. I'm happy to be here, and today I've learned something new. God bless you, beauties and DDC. DDC, I think you'll be having new fans from here. New fans. So how do you go about losing interest in things that used to excite you? I no longer find you at work. What should I do to overcome that? By the way, this lady, Kamuma Mutonia, she's asked me about this before, and I was to take her on a journey about this. I've just been busy, but I'm going to offer my time to her and ma- give a free life coaching session, at least free life coaching session. I would really like her to start a year off in a better foot. I'll let you guys answer that, please.
What did she say? How do you go about?
When you lose interest in things, she doesn't get excited anymore. Sorry, things that used to bring her joy don't bring her joy anymore.
At workplace or in general life?
At
Did she
work,
say
please.
at workplace? Okay, so um, advice that I'll give you it's because they always say the more you stay at the same environment, especially at workplace, you become part of the furniture, right? You don't see any changes because you be too accustomed to the environment. So it's either you need to change departments or find some challenges in your work, be resourceful Be creative. It depends with kind of work that you do, right? So at times you need to put targets for yourself, like, why am I not going up the ladder? What can I offer to the organization so much that you find it so interesting? But if you have the same routine day in, day out, day in, day out, honestly speaking, you'll be just there without a purpose. So you need to ask, like what you've said, you need to ask yourself, why am I here? So why are you there in the first place? And what are your outcomes at the end of the day? Everything is achieved, targets. Ask yourself next year, where do I want to see myself in this organization? That way it doesn't start boring you. That's all I can say to that person.
Mel.
Yeah, so I remember at one point in life, I had a similar experience. I had worked in a company doing the same thing, same routine. You come in, I could actually tell you what I'll do in the next 1 hour. It became very boring. It became very depressing. And in that environment, I myself was not seeing it that way, that it was not an environment that I shouldn't be any longer. So I had this mentor who I went to see. And I talked to him about my environment. I was not really getting motivated. I was not happy because it was more or less the same thing. I was growing, then it reached a point I was not growing anymore. And I realized there was no position for me to grow any further because I was at a point, I was at the ceiling. So after that, it was either I leave or just try and do something else. So when I shared my experience with him, he told me, Melin, last year when I was here, you mentioned the same thing. But you know what the problem is? It's because your mindset has not changed. You're comfortable, you're comfortable where you are. You need to really sit down and call yourself for a meeting and tell yourself what you want to be. Remember, there are times we write our strategies or what we want to achieve, and most times we write them in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. What do we want to achieve? So we really have to go back there and see, have we achieved what we wrote that we wanted to achieve? And for me, after that meeting, it only took me 3 months to get a new job. Just 3 months, because I realized I was not even looking for a job. I was in my comfort zone, complaining, getting depressed, and doing the same thing day in, day out. But now when I realized it's the problem, it's me. And I sat down and called myself a meeting, and I realized, I tabled down the challenges, my weaknesses, and my strength. And I realized I'm better than the person that I was at that particular time. And believe me, since then, unfortunately, I've changed several jobs, but in the way that I am growing in ladder. I see an opportunity, I grab it, I move on. I see another opportunity, I vote myself, I'll never stay a place for so many years that I would get bored and get depressed over doing the same thing. So it's just a matter of finding something else to do. It may not be a new job, but you can also look at your interest. After work, what do you do? Get something that is interesting, get something that you like. You can do a side hustle. I see in Europe people do 3 jobs, 2 jobs, 3 jobs. You can as well do it in Kenya. After 5, get something that excites you, that something that makes you happy. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like the DDC has said, is that you really have to understand what different can I do? What am I contributing here? Am I being of value? If you feel that you're not being of value in that organization, my boss will say, do yourself a favor and their company a favor and just leave and get something good to do. Anyway, that was on a lighter note. But again, it's just to challenge ourselves. Let's try and find growth in us, develop ourselves. Maybe somebody's not promoting you because your education or your level of knowledge is lacking. Why don't you go back to school, get some more knowledge, come back with fresh ideas that could make you more exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. What you're saying is really true. At the end of the day, it all comes back to you. Everything about your life all comes back to you. It's not about other people. It's not about your environment. It really comes back to you. It boils down to that one simple thing. And what's your mindset like? Have you sat down with yourself, had a committee meeting as you're the CEO? Have you had that meeting with yourself and found out what you want in life? Why are you there? Why are you unhappy? Have you had that meeting with yourself? We tell you tough things here with love. Yeah, it's all about love. I always wanted this platform to be a safe place, and that's why we avoid certain topics like extreme politics and stuff. But there are things when it comes to your growth, your mental state, we have to tell you the hard truth sometimes with love. Yeah. And the hard truth that I want to deliver is that your environment is all about your mind. Your environment, we see what's in your mind from your environment. If it's cluttered, your environment will be cluttered. If it's disorganized, your environment will be disorganized. It will show. Yeah. So your being unhappy started all the way from here. It's not just the job. It's that all you. If you're like, let's categorize happiness. Let's say there is level 0, first, the ground floor, there's first floor and the second floor. If you're level 0, let's say you are unhappy. Level 1 is just normal. If you're normal and you made a decision to be happy, you can wake up every day and be happy with whatever you're doing. You'll just happily sing while cooking, happily go to work, greet everybody, and you're just in a normal state, right? Let's leave the level 2 people. Level 2 people are those people who are filled with euphoria every single time. And level 0, let's assume that this is a place where you are upset and depressed and stuff. Say you're level 1, you're normal. Yeah, you have that control. You can choose every day to be happy and go and make a difference in your workplace. Make it for you, not for the people. If you can make somebody else a cup of tea, make it for you. Make people cup of tea that day and let everybody go like, oh, thank you, thank you. It will fill you with joy. So you are a product of your environment. And I'll give you a tip. And this is useful for everybody of us. I use it myself and it's helped me. It helped me change my life. It helped me cope with last year when I lost my job and it ended up being a really fantastic year. So it starts with you. And for you to change your mind, you have to learn to quiet your mind sometimes. Meditate. And when I talk about meditation, I don't tell you go all Buddha and all shaman and stuff. No, it's just sometimes quieting your mind and just resetting. It helps you deal with things. It helps you quiet the devils in there. Our minds have two monkeys, the chit chat one and the quiet one who has the answers and decision. But we let this chit chat monkey take control of everything. This is the one who tells us about, oh, that job is down, oh, everybody else is happy but you. They don't stop. It's just a chatter monkey. But if you learn to quiet your mind and meditate, it literally changes your life. It makes you more aware of, okay, that's the chatter monkey talking now. Can you shut up for a bit? You know, that's the chatter monkey trying to convince me this, telling me that this is this. You learn to control that chatter monkey. It will really change your life. Meditation has helped me cope with a lot of things. There's a point in my life where I just used to live on the anxiety hormone, let's call it that way, where you're just always anxious. You'd be in the car going just to work. There's nothing much you're doing, but all of a sudden you're just feeling like your heart beats, your heart is like beating faster than usual, and you can't tell. You're wondering, wow, what would I be anxious about? There's nothing that makes sense, you know. But meditation helped me quiet my mind. It helped me concentrate on the better things. It makes you more positive. It helps you be more thankful. Yes, gratitude. Be more thankful and just learn to give that other monkey some time to talk. That's for me. I don't know. Did you say about it? Have you told us what you think about that? Oh, you did you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Any addition before we go to the next? Anybody who wants to add anything? You're happy. Let me say hello to Hadija. Hi, my darling. Where have you been? Yvette has a family event she's gone to, so she's not available. Thank you. Welcome. And who else is on that? I don't see it. Kamuma, we said hello to you already. So I think there's another comment here. If anyone remembers, there was post that a man wanted to jump from the bridge to end his life. We went back and forth, found him. After talking to him, he dropped the suicide thought, and today he is in his hometown with family and is coping with life. I created a WhatsApp group to help people get out of the stress cocoon and accept pandemic is real, but we'll get over it. Always see the positivity. Many have different challenges. I can proudly say we have saved 4 lives and always available. Did it continue or that was the end of it? But that is amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
You've seen it, you've read it. If anyone remembers that, who knows about that? A man wanted to jump from the bridge to end his life.
Well, in the course we have a bridge, and there've been several instances at the bridge because it's easy. You jump, and after a few minutes you're dead. Yeah, but that's a sign of a great sign of depression. And we thank the Facebook user who managed to reach out, saved him, and I think he's mentioning about other 4 lives. That's a really, really good job you're doing, and we appreciate you, and we pray that you continue reaching out to these people as much as you can. This is something that is, we really, really appreciate what you're doing. That's what I would say.
Yeah. The message continues. She says, always, I can proudly say we have saved 4 lives, and I'm always available for whoever needs counseling. It's free, no charges. My apologies, I got to go now, but we'll try and join in the forum. Is still on. Lovely meeting you all. Bless you. We really appreciate you, Kinara.
Yeah.
I hope you read that. We really appreciate what you're doing. That's a girl, I think, Kinara. They've said, she said that she's welcoming anybody who needs counseling for free. You can go and talk to her, because sometimes you just want somebody to listen. Sometimes you don't necessarily come for solutions. For me, I have a tendency of, it's something that I'm aware of and I'm working on. I was born with, I can I say that more of male hormone, I think. I like solutions. So when you come to me, I'm already looking at how to solve that problem so that we don't go back to that problem. So and it's a struggle, because even with your friends, sometimes all they want is to talk to you. They don't necessarily want a solution from you. Sometimes people just want somebody to chat to. So yeah, I'm aware that I like giving solutions and helping somebody go to the next step. So when you come to me, come from like more of a life coaching point of view, knowing that for me, I can help you with the journey and find your answers in whatever you're struggling with. But if you want somebody to talk to and the counseling side of things, Kinara has offered herself to help. So yeah, and most of the people who have been on our platform, they always are available to help with the counseling or somebody to talk to. So if you need help, somebody to talk to, don't go through the journey on your own. Tough times ahead. Yeah. Okay. Guess the monotony. Okay, I think that's the other lady. I'm so bad at names. What's her name again? Apologies, Kemuma Motonya. Let me call you Motanya. Motanya is easier. Motanya says, guess the monotony of the job and also being too comfortable has contributed to that. And I've been in this job for 5 years now. Let me strategize and see how I can challenge myself. You see, you already know what you need to do. This is amazing. Yeah. Okay. Anybody has any more comment on that?
Yeah, no, she's
Mel?
got the answer now. No, she's got the answer. She's already answered. Said she's got challenges now. She knows what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just about time to just make the decision and do something about it. There's obviously something that can be done. It's not the end of the world, just don't let it drag for too long until you're in a point where you can't even think for yourself. Yeah. So find help where possible. So we have is that Sonia? Sonia was online, then she disappeared. Thank you. I'm back. My point is, I'm saying about suicide and stresses. For those who say they are not happy with the job or life, try to find happiness in making others happy. My other Facebook name is Sonia. Oh, that's you. You've come back as Kinara. I was wondering who that is. Sonia was here as a guest, then she disappeared. Sonia, why did you disappear Why did you disappear? So yeah, you're happy about that. Cool. What other thing I wanted us to stress about the mental health today, and it's come up just naturally about mental agility. Can we talk a little bit more about that? Because you guys are saying that this COVID thing seems like it's still here with us. We thought maybe by now things will be going back to normal, or whatever new normal that will be. Can we talk about mental agility, how people can have that mental agility to continue coping for their next? Because 2022 seemed like it will have the same SHIT again. Anybody wants to talk about that, please? Thank you.
Well, what I just want to say about this mental health and where we are now from 2020. In all honest, I think COVID is here to stay. So we need to embrace it, accept it, and move on with it. And the only thing that I always try to tell people is, don't die alone. Seek help. Mental health is real. Depression is real. Anxiety is real. If you are staying on your own, make it a point that your phone is close to you. If you feel that you're not feeling well, don't give second thoughts. Call for help. Text, and do it at the very moment, at that time, because otherwise, if you leave it too late, you'll be found dead. So don't try to play a hero by saying, you know what, I don't want to share my struggles. We are all struggling, we all know that, but you better speak up, seek for help, seek for guidance. There are so many organizations, there are so many people are willing to listen and help you. So don't be a loner. There are 7 billion people in the world, and trust me, you can always find one or two people who will by your side, willing to listen to you. Like your platform, uh, it changes people's lives. Now, I know my sister there. I'm seeing people commenting. That's the way how people network. That's the way how people will link. That's the way how people talk. So don't be afraid to talk to people. Don't be afraid to venture into platforms. But my what I always tell people is look for platforms which strengthens you, which gives you, which empowers you. Don't drag yourself to all these gabu gabu platforms where people start fighting, calling people names and everything. What do you achieve from there? That's I said, you need to know your worth, yourself. Place yourself at a place when you look back, say, oh, you know what? I have learned something. I have gained something out of this. Than going around running like a headless chicken. No, I don't have energy for that. So my mental health is me. I have to make sure that I'm focused, I'm prepared, my self-esteem is up there, and I have to make sure that I'm always like that.
Yeah.
What
It's a
I,
choice
what
you
I,
make.
yeah,
I
what
like
I'd like
that.
to comment, what I'd like to comment about that is just always try and have a friend that you can always talk to, who is a genuine friend and knows, you know very well he'll be very supportive. Don't stay alone. Just be by yourself.
Mm.
Engage. It could be your church pastor. It could be your one of your leaders at work. Yeah. Uh, but always try and get someone to talk to. It doesn't even have to be mental issues because everybody passes through issues. And I think at some point you talked about talking to strangers. It really helps, because when you talk to this person, you for sure know that you not hear these things that you've shared in confidence from anywhere else, or you not feel some judgment. Yeah. So try and identify somebody. It could be in a religious setting. It could be in a work environment. Somebody you can talk to, confide in, and can give you genuine, honest opinions, right? Not to shatter you down, but to uplift you. Mental health is real. It is true. Sometimes it's even the jobs that we do. You get in the morning. Maybe you're working in a very toxic environment. Yeah. You're having your bosses shout at you. You're probably having targets which you're not achieving, and you can imagine the environment that you're currently living in. Yeah. So always just have somebody you can share these things with, and it may help, it may not help, but one thing for sure, it will release that stress. A problem shared is half solved. Yeah. Sometimes you think you're in the darkest pit, but if you get to hear what other people have gone through, then you come to appreciate. You have time to appreciate this journey that you've gone through. Sometimes they say even sometimes God want to put you there to be able to understand and appreciate Him more. So it is very important that we in a society also identify. Sometimes you see somebody behaving strangely. Yeah. Identify and reach out to those people, like my one of my sisters here said, she's available for counseling. Yeah. And I hope she'll give us her contacts just in case we also identify and we feel that we cannot talk to these people, but there's somebody else they can open up to. Such things can really help.
Yeah, sometimes, like somebody also said, it's good to just talk to a stranger. It helps because there you can, you're not being judged. That your friends won't be hearing about it and stuff. Okay, I wanted you guys to tell me, do you guys make New Year's resolution? I let DDC go first because I think you wanted to leave in a bit. DDC, do you make New Year's resolution and stuff? And then I would want you to tell us about the event you're planning. It will be really nice for you to tell us about your event before you leave. Do you make New Year's resolutions?
Uh,
And do you want to share them?
to be honest, no. Truly speaking, I stopped making New Year's resolutions because I've never even met or achieved one of my resolutions. So I put that aside. I will just say, what, I will take each day as it comes. The only thing that I make or I plan ahead is if I want to go for a holiday. Right. So my holidays are always like planned ahead. I'm not somebody who say
I wanted to
I'm going
tell.
holiday tomorrow. No. So, but about New Year's resolutions, no, I don't do that. So I'm quite kind like a weird person.
Right.
So yeah. About the upcoming event. On Saturday the 11th, we are having an event, Zoom meeting, where we are talking about single parenting, or we are not discriminating those who are married. We praise them and we adore them and we envy them, but we are saying we as single parents, we want to share the struggles, our coping mechanisms, our skills of being lone rangers without the other person in place. So we are coming together and talk, empower each other, and give each other some directions. And we are trying to move or shift that mindset of the community where they perceive us as home wreckers. No, we are so independent. We are proud of ourselves. We are strong. We do these things, single-handled, without other part supporting us. And we are raising our children in a very beautiful way. And me as a man, as a single man, right, a single father, I want to understand or to share with you how it is of having an absent mother within my children, how they feel. So you as a single woman, you need to tell me and make me understand how the children feel about having an absent father. So those are some of the things that we are trying to we'll be talking about, then yes, it's always greener on the other side. But somebody came and say, you know what, there's also some people who are married but they are still single in their marriages, so it's quite it's quite bizarre when you hear
That's
somebody who say,
sad.
oh yes. So on the 11th, that'll be 2 p.m. UK time. It depends which area or zone you are. You have just to check on. It's an open platform where everyone is welcome to come and share their experiences, their challenges, and we are just trying to empower each other. Like, well, if you've got difficulties, maybe we might be in the same county. You are having difficulties in the school run. We can negotiate. Like, okay, all that kind of stuff. We're just trying to empower each other, that to make somebody feel that no, we are not alone. We are so many of us out there, even though when we walk down the street, maybe you don't even see that we are single parents, but we are happy. So that's the event, Saturday, the 11th. Nicole, she's one of the speakers, so she'll be there. So
I'll
I
be
can't wait.
there. So, that's 2 p.m. UK time, so that will be 5 p.m. Kenya for the East African timers. That will
Yeah,
be
I
about
can.
5
Everyone's
p.m.
welcome. Looking forward.
Yeah. Are
Yeah,
people going to
I don't
talk
know. Yeah,
about
yeah.
their? Are they going to talk about their needs, or they'll just concentrate on the parenting bit, or the needs, the uncatered needs?
No,
Will
yeah,
that
yeah,
come up? The
yeah. Those
emotional
needs.
and
Yeah, we're gonna talk of our
the
needs.
game.
Like, yeah, how are you coping with the dating? How are you going about as a single parent? How are you introducing your new partners to your children? How are your children receiving them? How long does it take you as a single parent to show your new person to your kids? So yeah, we're gonna be touching base in everything, so don't worry. It's an open
Yeah, I
discussion.
just want
Yeah.
people to know what they're getting themselves into, so that they know when they're coming, they're going to learn everything. Because like a platform like this, sometimes you have to be mindful of the things you say and how far you can go. But there, we want to just be free and talk about all those things that you can't tell people. How are you coping
Yeah,
with
I
the
know.
game? What are you doing? How are you substituting the game? Have you chilled and decided to be a nun and submitted yourself to Jesus? How are you coping with such things? We'll talk about all that. So it will be nice seeing you this weekend.
Thank you so much. um,
Yeah.
thanks
Thank
for
you.
thanks for having me, and I do appreciate. My sister, thank you so
Yeah,
much. Thank you so much. I do
yeah,
appreciate everything that you're doing, and
yeah,
be strong. And it's nice having people like you who
yeah,
talk of their personal experiences, wherever,
mhm,
whatever they have achieved in their lives. It motivates.
yeah,
Um,
mm,
a lot of people, and it
mm,
encourages other people to come, because I think
mm,
most people they don't feel confident enough to come on the screen and
yeah, mhm,
and speak. But I find it very empowering, because at one point you might be asked to give a speech. It can be in a
mm,
church, it can be at a funeral, it can be at a
mm,
wedding, or
Mm,
presenting at work, or
mm,
talking to your kids. At times
yeah,
eye contact, being there, it makes you boost
mm,
your self-esteem. So
confident.
thank you so
Yeah,
much. I do appreciate. And Nicole,
thank,
thanks for the
Thank
hard
you
work that
so
you're doing.
much.
It's not easy
yeah,
to have a
Yeah.
platform and to bring people together and make people feel free to express themselves and talk
Yeah.
freely. So on that note, I just want to say, guys, thank you so much. I need to dish out and jump somewhere, but I'm always here and I'll always come.
Thank
yeah,
you. Don't forget to give us the link to your platform and the poster to
You
the
you
event
you
this
you you you
weekend.
you have got the link, Nicole. You know the link. You want me to type it, but you got the link.
No, you can do it later. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But otherwise, the platform is called the Disease School of Thought, so you can find it in case we. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. We set you free. Asante sana, tumeshukuru. Mungu akubariki.
In Shona, I will say ndatenda mazita neku. What do I say it in Shona now? For having me here.
We were just saying, God bless you. Thank you. Bye. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Ndatenda.
God bless you. Take care for now.
All right.
Kwaheri. Yeah, Mel, we've spoken about a lot of things on this platform.
Yeah,
We've
but
tried to.
I wanted to answer the question about New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually do every year. Every single year, I write it down and I say, this is what I want to achieve. And I pray to God that God, please enable me to achieve this. Because without setting goals, then you're just working haywire, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't beat myself up if I don't achieve all of the things that I wrote in the new year. But you see, as I start the year, I have a focal point somewhere just to know this is what I want to achieve this year. So I might start it, leave it by the end of the year, I may not accomplish it, but I've reached somewhere. You know, it's a different rather than just saying nitajenga, you know. I'll one day build a house, or I'll one day buy that house, or I'll one day, yeah. The moment the thing is, you really need to write it down and be able to achieve it. And sometimes people say I write them and I don't achieve them because they set unrealistic goal. It's very simple. You just do a smart goals that you want to achieve that year. It should be smart, it should be measurable, it should be realistic. Set the time bound. Is it a 1 year or a 5 year goal? You know, not everything that could happen in 1 year, but you could say in the next 5 years, I want to have achieved this. I should have done this and this. That's the only way you can grow. Otherwise, you will just be procrastinating each year that comes along and say, I'll buy that car. Then the next year you push it ahead. You know, we really need to write them down and try and work on them.
I love that. You're so inspiring. I love that because I did that for years where you tell yourself, oh, next year I want to do this, next year I want to do this. By the time you realize you've not done it and you've not done it, you've not done it. Though I do like the planning and writing the goal and the stuff. And now I've seen how it works for me. It's absolutely amazing. I encourage anybody to do it. It gets you doing things. But personally, I don't wait for the beginning of the year to do that. I don't believe I have to start from 1st of January because to me, I feel like it's just a sort of pressure that I'm giving myself, or maybe, I don't know, just doing something that somebody else planned. You know, somebody else is the one who decided that New Year starts in January, you know, on the 1st. But is it a new year for me? Do I want to start? Because you know what happens with some people, or sometimes what happens is that you'll find yourself that you want to transform your life and it's September. And you tell yourself, oh, I won't start now. I'll start next year. You know? So you're going to lose how many months? How many months are you going to lose? Just wait for New Year to start from the beginning of the year. I'm going to lose weight in 2020.
Yeah, and I think for some of us who do it is because January feels like a fresh start.
Fresh start.
Yes, and so you look back and say, okay, what was 2020 all about? Did I do anything? Did it just go like that? You know, and like I said, you don't have to really beat up yourself that I set up this resolution and I did not achieve it. But even if you are 50% or 75%,
that's good
it's
enough.
something.
Celebrate it.
It's something you can look back and say, hey, I did this and I'm proud of myself. You know, you at least give yourself a pat on the back that I actually did something, or I contributed to something that was big enough or amazing enough for people to appreciate.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, I was just going to say, for me, like the way people say, okay, I'll lose weight next year, I'll do this next year. We have 3 more weeks before next year, or 3 more weeks, isn't it? So you have 3 weeks of not doing anything because you're waiting for next year. And if you really want to do something, you'll start it immediately. If you want
Mm,
New Year as a fresh start, fine. So long as you know yourself and you know you actually do it, absolutely fine. But if you know
mm,
that's just an excuse to keep on
mm,
postponing and keep on postponing, so next year comes and you'll be like, oh, I'll do it in the next year. I'll do it in the next year. Know that things
mm,
won't be done. Just start at that time. That's the moment that mark that moment as your first year, as your new year. Mark that moment and just start your journey and have things done.
mm.
Thank you, Mel, for coming. I don't know whether there's something you wanted to talk about today.
Not really.
Oh, somebody said share the details. Share the details. Oh, is it about DDC or the single parenting? What was that about? Uh, anyway, Mel, is that something you wanted to
Mm.
talk about?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
nothing else. So anyway,
No. Mm.
if there's nothing else to talk about, at least we've taken a lot of your time today. That's unusual. We
Yeah.
normally try to do 1 hour and max 1.5
Yeah.
hours. Today
Yeah.
we've really gone.
Yeah. And I'm traveling very early tomorrow morning. So yeah,
You
but
are, and I requested you
yeah.
to please show up. And you have most of my guests, like they came and they disappeared. I don't know what's happening. So I really appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. That's Mel, a
Sorry,
very
Nicole.
lovely lady. I love you to the moon and back. Thank
I
you for
love you
being
too,
here.
Nicole, and thank you for having me to your show. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
not a
Asante so much.
problem. Not a
Okay.
problem. Asante, my
Okay.
darling. Mel
Okay.
doesn't have any following or anything. Do you, Mel? So I don't think. But if you want
I'll,
motivational
I'll,
stuff,
I will share. That's my resolution for next year.
oh, go, girl. Go, girl. So
Yeah.
watch out for Mel, guys. She's coming.
Yeah. Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
Mel. Take care
Nicole.
for now.
Okay. Okay. Bye. Cheers.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you everybody who has just joined us. I hope you learned a thing or two. If there's something you still want us to talk about, I'm happy to talk about it. I'm happy to help where I can. I do know sometimes I go off, which it's not normally healthy to come off your lives. Sometimes I take breaks because I'm so big on looking after myself. It's very important for me. But maybe New Year's resolution from next year will consistently have lives every week. I do like looking after myself. Self care is very important. It's a very important thing for me. It's one of my values, really. So I'm hoping that whatever you do, remember next year or from now to look after yourself. Self care means a lot of things to a lot of people. For me, even just getting into the bath, filling my bath with water, putting lovely things in there, burning my stuff, and that is self care for me. You don't have to spend much. This platform, I'll always remind you, it's called Success Your Way Movement. It's all about doing things your way. You're the boss of your life. You don't have to do things the way other people are doing, the way you saw it on social media. Just somebody said swimming is good for you and swimming is that, so you're struggling to pay for swimming and you just want to swim for this. No. Will you enjoy swimming? Will you want to do it? Probably not. So you go pay for membership, gym membership that you'll never use. Don't do that to yourself. You're doing yourself injustice. Self-care can be a lot of things. Even for some people, just cuddling family and being around family and watching a movie is good enough. If that's for you, do it. Don't forget to look after yourself. I beg, look after yourself, guys. Let's go into the next year. It might be as tough as last year and this year. We don't know about that yet. But let's go prepared. Self-care is a journey. Mental health is a journey. Success is a journey. And success, we've said we're defining it our way, so we're going to enjoy the journey our way. If you're taking the train, well and good. If you're flying, well and good. If you're taking the lift to success, well and good. Everybody's got their way. Don't let anybody else define it for you. Don't let anybody else tell you what success is. We've come from different backgrounds. We are running different races. We are all different individuals. We are all special in our own ways. So for you, just being able to provide for your kids, for them never to miss a meal, might be success. And somebody else will be judging you for not having, I don't know, a car, not having a big house, not having this sort of furniture, not having that. That's got nothing to do with you. It's none of your business. None of your business. It's not in your values. It's not in your journey. It's not in your goals. It's not in your definition of success. Just shut them, block it out. Look after yourself, darling. Yeah, self care is very important. I'll emphasize on self care. I think I just wanted to remind you that whatever you do, enjoy yourself, enjoy your journey, have fun in your little ways, have fun. Yeah, like for me today, I told myself I can't afford wine for now. So what do? I just mix my squash, and my brain thinks that I'm enjoying my glass of wine. That's all that matters. Just the little things you can do to have fun. Yeah. And then the support has been mentioned a lot. Have support, have a support system. You don't have to have a million friends. A lot of people have a million friends, but they're really lonely. You've had it mentioned here as well that some people who are married but they're single. They feel single. They're in the relationship on their own or something. So yeah, do have a support system. It could be one person, but that person is really important. You know they can hold you. And if somebody has offered themselves to be there for you if you need counseling and stuff. Learn to keep yourself busy and busy more of the productive side of busy. When once you set your goals, you'll find that you have things to do. You set some time out to read, which is really important to read and learn something new from it. You'll set aside some time to be inspired by others, to learn from others. You set aside some time to help other people, to be there for other people. There's nothing that brings joy than like helping other people, being there for other people. It just brings you so much joy looking after other people, caring for other people, doing the little things. It doesn't have to be financial. And then, yeah, find little ways of distracting yourself. Don't compare yourself to anybody. You don't know what they did to get there. You don't know that Instagram babe, whether she took a loan, because we've had people are doing that. She took a loan so that she keeps up with the Kim or the Kims. You don't know about that. So do your own journey, enjoy your journey, have fun doing it. If you need me, I'm there. I'm always happy to be there. I'm always happy to help as much as possible. And when I find myself too busy, I always excuse myself and ask you to bear with me until I have some time. So anyway, that's it for today. I've enjoyed this. Look after yourself and take care, and bye. God bless you. God bless you all.